Hello and welcome to this channel, Anti-War. And today we're looking at Twisted Tea Peach flavored. Now, I've only noticed it, maybe it's been around, but I've only noticed it for the last 2 days in this area. Now, apparently it's been on the market since 2012, so that doesn't mean it was sold here in Louisiana, however. I like that it's, now I got it at Walmart and it was $2.50. The tag said $2.67, but it rang up to $2.50. I was happy about that. You might notice oftentimes at Walmart they'll ring up cheaper than the tag, whereas at most places it'd be the opposite, it'll ring up higher. Like yesterday when I was at Circle K, big old tag, mix and match, 2 for $6. Go to the register, doesn't ring up the correct price. Common occurrence at Circle K, and they always make the same excuse. Oh, the beer people didn't change it, or it must be an old tag, or it might be a scam. Maybe I should report them. They might be running a scam where they intentionally misprice it and hope you don't notice. Buddy OG says, afternoon, Ron. Afternoon to you. So I may have to start keeping records and see what I can do about Circle K's if it's a scam. Looks like iced tea in this Schlitz glass. It's dark amber tea, dark tea. Had a foam at the top. You would not get that on tea. See, that's the beer part of it. Bone colored or white foam at the top. Someone asked me on my regular channel about another one of these type of items and said, is it more of a beer or a tea? That was, oh yeah, that was this item. That's right. It was this item they asked me about on my channel, the main channel. And I said, it's more of a beer. It says on the can, flavored beer. It's made with real tea, but it's a flavored beer. In fact, all alcoholic beverages have to state what they actually are. They can give you a trade name, a fanciful name, and whatnot. But somewhere on the can, it has to say what it is. It says it right here. Flavored beer, okay? And it's got the certified kosher symbol. And then it says part number 17532. I don't know what part number is. If you get the ones from Smirnoff, the spiked or the regular, you're making me happy. Those things are 23.5. So you're getting gypped. You see, you only get 23.5 ounces. And the bottles, look carefully next time you get a Smirnoff flavored beer. 11.2 ounce bottle, giving you the European version. So, I mean, the flavors are good, whatnot, but you're getting gypped. So this is a flavored beer with natural flavors and artificial color. Food coloring. The U.S. government calls it harmless flavorings and colorings. Natural flavor, not artificial flavor. Where does it say it on the side here? Malt beverage with select teas. What are the teas? I don't know. I'd like to know. And natural flavors. Yeah, you know, I don't think this one does say artificial colors. Some of the other ones I bought this week. Okay. I was worrying about doing too many of these. And remember on the video, I said I was only going to do once a month. Then I started thinking about it and I say, after a month, I usually miss out on one. You know, they'll come here, be a limited edition, then it'll go away. Secondly, I said, well, it seemed like every time I buy a new craft beer, it's flavored. I think the last new beer I bought that wasn't flavored was the Budweiser Discovery Reserve. Didn't even have adjuncts in it, corn or rice. So I said, I'd just give up. You know what I mean? I'm not going to try to keep looking and limiting myself because there's no point anyway. It's just a product. It's a flavored beer. Now, the ones that are artificially flavored, yeah, I'm going to stay away from those. Like those Steel Reserve Spiked and the Blast from Colt 45 and the Four Loko. Then you're starting to really get way out there. So I'll just stick with natural flavors. And there's some controversy about what that actually means. But, and the coloring isn't any big deal because people will say, I'll never drink something with artificial coloring. They'll turn right around, go to a birthday party and eat a birthday cake with icing on it. With red, black, orange, yellow. What do you think those are? That's natural color, you think? No, it's artificial food. It's food coloring. It's not going to hurt you, okay? This one tastes like tea. Does it have some beer flavor? It does, but it's underneath. So if you're a person that doesn't like the taste of beer, malt beverage, whether it's ale, lager, high bitter, low bitter, cream, stout, no stout, dry stout, whatever, you just don't like it. This could work because it'll hide that taste to an extent. But if you're really into iced tea, this is going to be a good thing for you. Now, if you hate iced tea, you'll probably hate this. I would be sure. I saw Coors Light being described as cold filtered now and was wondering what your take on it was. Yeah, it's always been cold filtered. Wouldn't that mean it's packaged draft beer like Miller Genuine Draft? At one time, Coors was natural draft beer, true draft beer, and it had to be shipped in a refrigerated truck. You might remember in the early 80s, I remember, it's always shipped cold. We have to keep our beer cold because it's pasteurized and they didn't want it to spoil. And you had to drink it so many days. After they expanded east of the Mississippi River, and then finally they went to Indiana in 1991, the last state to get Coors, 1991, 28 years ago. It wasn't practical to keep doing all this cold shipping. Miller developed cold filtering with that ceramic filter in 1985, 86, 85 really. And that preserved the draft beer, and it didn't have that short shelf life, and it didn't have to be refrigerated. Problem solved. You can ship it in a hot truck, 18-wheeler. I'll see them set it out behind the truck in the sun. It isn't going to hurt it. It can be cold, and you can let it warm and get cold again. It's not going to spoil. I bought beer. I bought Ham's Draft. They used to make Ham's Genuine Draft. I bought that in Chicago, brought it home in the trunk of the car. It certainly got hot in that trunk because this was in July. Put it in the fridge again. Well, let me think about that. That Ham's might have been bought off of a warm shelf, so never mind that stuff. But I've done it with beers, you know, like that, and then nothing happened to them. They didn't taste bad at all. Even more so if they're pasteurized, they're not going to get the warming up is not going to hurt them. But as they'll tell you, pasteurization does hurt the beer. It damages the beer. So it's not as good as if it was draft. That's why people always say, you ever notice how draft beer is better? It is better. But in some ways, it's not so practical. So yeah, that's the reason for the cold filtering with Coors Light. But I think this has been going on about 30 years, maybe longer. At least 20 years. The packaged draft, canned and bottled draft, like Miller Genuine Draft and Coors Light, and Bud Ice, by the way, Bud Ice. It's not a profound difference in my reckoning. From what I've noticed, I haven't noticed that it's that much better. I certainly wouldn't pay more for it. But I guess it helps a little bit. The only way to really get it ideal is to get it fresh and draft. But then if you're going to take it home, there's somebody I know that buys a case of draft beer about, a keg of beer about once every 2 weeks. Yingling, he's been getting Yingling traditional, the brown lager. Him and his sons drink it over there in St. Charles Parish. They want draft beer. They're willing to pay for it. And they even paid a delivery fee to get it sent to their house. Get it sent to their house, and they drink it. No, okay. Most people aren't going to do that. Medium body and a fairly dry finish. It's not too sweet. Some people are put off by iced tea because they're thinking overly sugared. This is not the case. It has some sweetness. You notice I haven't been talking about the peach flavor. You pick up the peach in the nose, and the flavor, it's very subtle, almost non-detectable. What is it? Undetectable. You can pick it up, but it's so subtle. It's just a shadow of peach, which is probably a good idea. I was watching Special K's video, and they were saying that's good. That's good that they didn't overdo it because it would have bothered people. And I think that's right. I think they hit the nail on the head with this. It's an A, like I said on the other channel. It's a winner all the way around. No, not the kind of thing I would buy on a day-to-day basis. You know what I bought? A 30-pack of Milwaukee's Best Light, which in my opinion is one of the best light beers you can get. You'll never see it at a bar or a restaurant. But, you probably never see it on draft, although I guess it's conceivable that you could get it. But for a good value price product, it's hard to beat. I can't get 30 packs of Milwaukee's Best Ice anymore. They tried selling it around here and it kept going out of date, so they cut it. Everybody wanted the light. The premium was phased out too around here. Why is that? You know why. Wasn't selling. They're not going to phase out a beer that's selling, that's hot, that's popular, okay? Or at least you would assume they wouldn't. But if they're sitting out there and you're noticing that it's getting short on the date, and then the next time you check it, it's out of date, there's no chance for it. You never see Milwaukee's Best Light going out of date, though. You just don't see that. You don't see Keystone Light going out of date. You don't see Busch Light going out of date. You don't see Bud. You certainly don't see Bud Light going out of date, or Miller Light, or even Miller High Life Light. They do not go out of date. Why is that? The turnover is so high. They sell cases and cases every week. I suspect that these have a high turnover. These single cans. People get off of work and they buy two of them, one or two of them, they go home and drink them. Now they might get off of work at 6 in the morning. You know, they work nights, 6 at night to 6 in the morning. Same thing that they're going to buy this and drink it. They say on the website the caffeine level is much lower than a regular tea or coffee. So they're saying on the website, don't worry about it. It's really not high caffeine. It has caffeine in it, but it's not much to it. It's not gluten-free, obviously. It's made with barley and probably a lot of corn product. They said that on the frequently asked questions. It's not gluten-free. Since it's a beer. No complaints, and you know, I have to say I've never had any complaints about the Twisted Tea. I like the regular one, the bourbon barrel, and now this one. Actually, to tell you the truth, and I have no reason to lie, I think they're kind of like better than the Samuel Adams beers. You say, oh no, don't go there. Think about it. No one's buying. I talked to some other beer reviewers. They're not buying the Samuel Adams Summer Pack. You only get 4 beers. And you know it. 3 of them is Samuel Adams, the one everybody's had a million times, which is good. We like it. But then they got the Summer Ale, which is new and improved, but I didn't find that it tasted much different than the old. Really, it's got the same specs. It's tweaked, but I didn't see any difference. But maybe I'm not good at telling differences. And then you get 2 other ones that are, I don't even remember what they were. I just remember thinking that's kind of ho-hum, you know. So, and Another thing you notice about Samuel Adams beer, they all kind of taste the same. They all using that 2-row pale malt blend. They kind of use the same ingredients and just mix them around, add a little flavor in here, a little flavor in there. Kind of like Taco Bell, you know, they take the same ingredients, just mix them around, make all different kind of combinations. But then Taco Bell's a lot cheaper than Samuel Adams 12 packs, right? So I don't know. I think this might taste better. Now you say, well, they all taste like tea. They're all similar to each other. Yeah, but I don't know. It just has a better flavor, I think. Have I turned against Samuel Adams beers? No, I haven't turned against them. I just said this tastes better. It's made by the same company, so they couldn't care. They wouldn't care which one I bought. I would never have thought it was beer based. It always tasted like a true tea to me. That's the magic of this product. The magic. Not that I have had one in maybe 10 years, says Buddy OG. Yeah, it came out in 2011, so it had to be in the last 8 years you had it. But you might have had the Mike's. No, they make lemonade, huh? Okay, I would like to try a twisted tea, half and half lemonade, half iced tea. But none of them are really tea, and they're not really lemonade. They're really what they say on the label. Flavored beer. And they put that real like very small print and kind of inconspicuous down in the corner somewhere. But look at any of them. Smirnoff, Seagram's Escapes, Twisted Tea. What's some other ones? Red's Apple Ale, whatever. Somewhere on that label, usually about a UPC, it's going to say, invariably, it's going to say flavored beer. Oh, the Jack Daniels, you know those? Flavored beer. I know, I'll check. It might say flavored ale. Well, what is ale? A type of beer. And some of them, like the Smirnoff Spiked, will say flavored malt liquor. An alias name for beer. Same thing according to the U.S. government, as you would find out by reading the Tax and Trade Bureau website. And it's funny to read the Tax and Trade Bureau website descriptions. If I'm remembering correctly, they say, what is malt liquor? It's a beer that has the flavor, aroma, and characteristics generally associated with malt liquor. Okay. Lager. A beer that has the flavor, aroma, and characteristics generally associated with lager. You say, well, that's a pretty broad, it's a lot of allowance there, a lot of tolerance for variance. That's correct. That's correct. And they're making that on purpose, so it's not too restrictive. In other words, a malt liquor has to taste like malt liquor. You say, well, what does that mean? It means the flavor generally associated with malt liquor. Now try to go to court and win that case. Tell the judge, I bought this Magnum and it doesn't taste like the flavor generally associated with malt liquor. Then the judge might say, give me some of that Magnum. And I want it cold, damn cold. I want it almost to form ice crystals. Now bring it out here. And then he tastes it. Tastes like malt liquor to me. I used to drink Magnum when I was in law school. Case dismissed. Bang. The website says the original hard iced tea started in 2001 in Cincinnati, Ohio. Oh, you're right. I stand corrected. I was 10 years off. Okay, you got me. I remember reading that this morning. Well, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll admit it. I always admit it. If I'm wrong, I'll always admit it. Some beer reviewers get angry, you know. I don't get angry because that's the whole purpose of it, to learn. You're right. I remember reading that this morning, 2001. So for 19 years. Sorry, buddy, OG. Okay, you say it's been 10 years. So, hey, there you go. Hey, but now it's time to go try some more, right? Time to try them all. And I was amazed by the website. I thought, well, okay, they got half and half in the regular and this peach. And then I go scrolling down the website. I said, golly, there's all kind of flavors. But, you know, we only get a few here. Maybe they let us try. The distributor probably decides, let them try the blueberry. Let them try the The peach. All right, once again, Buddy G, I apologize. No problem. I just remember it was a party in 2009. Ha ha ha. See? Good. Good work. Good detective work. Anybody want to see the other ones I found? Anybody want to see? I'll give you 1 minute to decide. If not, I'm going off the air. Then I'm going to go for a walk. And then I think I'm going to do a taste challenge. I need to do another World War II video. Need to, yeah. I was doing work in the yard, though, so it killed a lot of time. Wasn't trying to kill time. It just did take time. But that's all right. Day off of work, so why not? Nice weather, dry. You know, partly dry. You know, the humidity's creeping in every hour, I notice. But it's only going to get to 84 today. You say, only 84, huh? Oh, okay. Yeah, only. Got to 68. No, 65 last night, overnight. My feet got a little cold. I had to put socks on. But mid-May, windows open, breeze, fresh air, no air conditioning running. Who could complain? Have a great day, Ron. Nice chatting with you. You too, buddy OG. Okay, nobody wanted to see it. All right, well, that's all right. You'll see them upcoming. One is a limited release. Thanks for watching this video production.